We just want her to be remembered, for who she was. She was a wonderful, loving person, and she will always be with us.
This morning, we're hearing from the family of a woman who was hit and killed by a stray bullet in Stevens County. I'm Colby Thelen, right now on News 9 at 6, how they want their loved one to be remembered.
I'm Addie Crawford. OHP releases dashcam video showing them using a TVI on a driver who fell asleep at the wheel. Troopers' reminder to drivers, it's coming up.
Temperatures right now feeling like single digits, low teens. Bundle up, layer up. We've got a warming trend on the way. How do the 60s sound for the new year? That's coming up.
Live from downtown Oklahoma City, Oklahoma's own News 9 starts now.
Good morning. Straight up 6 o'clock, and it's cold out there.
It is cold for sure.
Hopefully you're having some hot coffee, sitting in front of the fire or something. That sounds really nice.
If you're leaving today, you're going to want to turn on that seat warmer.
That's exactly right. Let's turn to the Bob Mills Weather Center. Lacey Swope standing by. Hopefully you got the seat warmers there, Lacey.
Oh, those are fancy. Very nice.
I know. I'm jealous of anybody that has those.
Right? Those toasty buns. That's what we call it, guys. We are definitely seeing warming conditions as we go through the next few days. But this morning, as you head out, it is frigid. You might need to let your car warm up a little bit. If you do have a diesel, yeah, you might have had to even let that warm up. Make sure that anti-gel is in there because it is frigid. We've got single digits in teens for feel-like temperatures after the big warming trend and the heat wave that we had. Are you kidding me? 80s were on the forecast last week, shattering record highs, and now we had highs in the 30s for yesterday. Today, a much warmer afternoon. You're going to notice it. The sunshine goes to work today, and we have a light south wind. Right now, winds not blowing. They are calm. That's what it's going to feel like as you step outside. Notice that. Completely different from yesterday. On our Lucky Star Sky Cam network, Chickasha Cam looks a lot different, and there you have it. We dipped down to 19 in OKC, 15 in El Reno, 17 in Chandler. Many areas down into the teens and low 20s. Not much of a wind chill because the winds are pretty much calm, and then afternoon highs today climb back into the 50s, low 50s, but there are 60s as we head into the next couple of days, and we'll talk about rain chances. We're looking for that next storm. It's on your 9-day coming up.
Lacey, thank you. A driver's arrested for possible DUI after a short chase on the northwest side of Oklahoma City. It happened last night. Police say they tried to pull the suspect over right near Northwest 10th and May, but he drove off. Officers say he then pulled into a home a few blocks away, tried to run inside, but was taken into custody. We're told that he will likely be booked for DUI and other charges. A Christmas day spent with loved ones turns deadly. A grandmother was hit and killed by a stray bullet.
We're told the bullet was fired blocks away by a man who had just gotten the gun for Christmas. News 9's Elizabeth Fitz spoke to the family.
The family of Sandra Phelps is devastated by her death. Her family calls her Nanny and say she was a deeply loving and generous woman. Her grandchildren were not ready to speak with us on camera, but still allowed us to ask questions about her. On Christmas Day, Sandy Phelps was outside on her front porch enjoying the unusually warm day with her family.
We had her great grandbabies here, so she was cuddling and loving on them, hogging presents, just being the best nanny she could be. It was a great, great day until it wasn't.
A stray bullet that came from a neighbor's new gun struck her in the arm, entering her chest and killing her. Her family says Sandy was loved by everyone who knew her.
And this neighborhood used to be filled with kids, and every one of them called her Nanny.
She was a cancer survivor and wife of over 50 years.
Whatever we wanted to do, she would go with us and do it. Get a tattoo? Nanny, get a tattoo with you.
Her family says they are confident Nanny is now with her late husband, Papa.
Yes.
We know 100% she is with Papa.
Nanny's family hopes people will honor her memory by being nice and showing love, values she lived by.
We just want her to be remembered, for who she was. She was a wonderful, loving person, and she will always be with us.
Cody Adams has been charged with first-degree manslaughter in connection with Phelps' death. Court documents show that when the sheriff's office told him they believed his bullet struck and killed a woman, he became visibly upset and apologized. In Stevens County, Elizabeth Fitz for Oklahoma's Own.
If convicted, Adams could be sentenced to a minimum of 4 years in prison.
Cleveland County deputies say they're still not ready to share information about an alleged kidnapping that happened last week. It happened at a location off of what the sheriff's office calls an unlicensed rehab facility. When we visited there yesterday, people at the home refused to answer questions. But other industry professionals say operating as an unlicensed treatment facility can have severe consequences.
We can't just say we're going to provide detox and then have folks shaking it out, going through withdrawals and things on a sofa somewhere. That's very, very dangerous because, the drugs and alcohol that are on the street right now, to detox from those without the appropriate medical care can be life-threatening.
Right now, no arrests have been announced.
All right, switching gears here, just 5 minutes past 6 o'clock in the morning on your Tuesday. We've got Megan Gold looking at the morning drive. Megan, how are things looking this morning?
It is pretty quiet out on the roadways. I think we have a lot of people that are taking maybe an early holiday, extended holiday from Christmas into New Year's. But if you are headed out the door this morning, the good news, it is smooth sailing across the metros. I've got several shots to show you here from our Stephen Owsley. That was 35 in Grand, looking off to the north, as Lacey's been talking about, is a frigid start to your Tuesday here, but your evening commute is much more comfortable. This is from our American Fidelity camera, part of our Lucky Star Skycam network, the Broadway extension. Those of you that come in from the south side, I-35 at South 89th, looking off to the north, and then I-40 in May, looking off to the west. So from all directions into Oklahoma City right now, you are good to go. Your drive times are normal, and the Dallas Junction pretty quiet here on your Tuesday morning. Typically looks a lot busier. Again, drive times good, guys. Back to you.
Megan, thank you. You got to see this video. An Oklahoma Highway Patrol trooper stops a driver who fell asleep at the wheel with his patrol car. This happened earlier this month on the Will Rogers Turnpike. Troopers say the car was going about 40 miles per hour with the driver slumped over. After trying to wake the driver up, you can hear those sirens. The trooper is seen using a pit maneuver to stop the car. The driver was given a ticket. Troopers are reminding drivers that driving tired is just as dangerous as driving intoxicated.
Oklahoma City city councilors are set to decide if the city will get bike lanes on a very busy metro road. Right now, plans for dedicated bike lanes along Classen Boulevard are paused. City councilors are now considering blocking any future bike lanes on that road. Now, those against bike lanes say it would just make traffic worse. But cyclists and supporters say without those lanes, there could be dangerous consequences. City Council is set to vote on this matter during today's meeting at 8:30. We'll be there. With New Year's Eve tomorrow, Oklahoma City first responders are reminding residents that lighting fireworks is illegal in city limits. You can report a violation by calling the fireworks hotline. That's the number you see right here on your screen. Now, that's available from 6 p.m. New Year's Eve until 2 a.m. on New Year's Day. First responders say please don't call 911 unless a firework causes a serious injury to someone or starts a fire. And speaking of the new year, Oklahoma City is inviting you to ring in 2026 at Scissortail Park. Party in the Park is a family-friendly event that will take place tomorrow at 9:30 p.m. It runs through 12:30 the next morning. There will be food trucks, live music, vendors, and the official downtown countdown.
Well, the cold weather in Oklahoma is not only dangerous for humans, but it's also dangerous for our pets as well. An animal welfare organization says anytime it's below 20 degrees, cats and dogs are vulnerable to frostbite and even death. Also, if you're not a pet owner, cats will often seek out the warmth of a car engine in the winter.
So if you're going to get in your car and go somewhere, make sure that you tap on the hood. I even pop my hood just to make sure there are no animals underneath there.
Some more tips: make sure to keep your dogs leashed when it's snowing. The snow can disrupt their sense of smell and make it easy for them to get lost. I know with this cold weather, my dog at home, she doesn't even want to go outside.
Yeah,
she's like, I ain't going out there. You go out there, not me.
Yeah, exactly. The snow, yeah, we don't have to worry about right now,
No.
at least not for a long time. Let's turn to the Bob Mills Weather Center. Lacey's here. Lacey, we wish, but it's not really showing up.
Temperatures are definitely cold enough. If we had precipitation, it would be snow this morning, but that is not the case. Our skies are clear and it is definitely cold. It's our second coldest morning of the season so far. So here in the Bob Mills Weather Center, we're watching the light winds, allowing those temperatures to drop. Really dry air. Dew points are still much lower, which means our temps could fall a couple of more degrees by 7 a.m. We'll warm back up to 34 by 10. Bundle up, layer up, beautiful afternoon, and warming up as we head towards the new year. And we're looking for rain. We've found some chances on your 9-day. We'll talk about it coming up.
Also coming up, new court dates are set for former death row inmate Richard Glossop. In just a few minutes, why his attorneys think he could actually be freed soon. We're back after this. All right, today is out the door forecast.
It is.
But a week from today, At least for kids in Oklahoma City public schools, it'll be the bus stop
Right.
forecast. We're getting close.
We're getting close.
Yeah.
Christmas break. Yeah, we're kind of on the back half of things now.
All right. Parents are loving that, I'm sure.
Oh, the parents, that's the countdown for parents.
Well, walking into week 2, it's like, oh boy, when's this?
Like, when does school start again?
Exactly. Kids are sleeping, by the way. Hopefully they are. And if not, they're like, la, 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 la. Yeah, not happening. Not happening. Right now it's dry. It's quiet for anyone that does have to get out and head out this morning. You want to bundle up, layer up for sure. And we do have some problem starting to creep on in as far as the allergies are concerned. We talk about this every December and January. This is the time that those Red Mountain cedars go nuts. So if you have a sickness, I'm not a doctor, this is not medical advice, but this is something to just keep in mind. If you know that you're allergic to cedar pollen, a lot of folks in Oklahoma are, a lot of folks in Texas as well. It's because this is where the cedar trees are very prevalent. They are evergreens, and right now is whenever they pollinate, and you will see those bursts of pollen that looks like smoke that will come off of those trees. If you go up and shake a cedar tree, I'm not advising that, but people send me videos of it every single year. You will just see the smoke and the pollen scatter on off of it. Measuring in the high category, it's called cedar fever. It can make you very sick if you're a sufferer from the pollen, and that is back in the high category. It is that time of year, and anytime the winds pick up across Oklahoma over the next several weeks, it will start to mix that pollen back up and put it in the air. We need rain across Oklahoma for many reasons, for the fire danger, for the drought, for the pollen. Rain is a good thing, and we have just not had much of it over the last several months. Taking you back through the entire year, January and February were below average. March, wildfires, you remember it. Historic April with over a foot of rain. Flooding went crazy. Then we had above average rainfall in May, in June. July we had good rains. August above average. But after that, September, October, November, December, we have really shut things down. So just zooming in over the past 4 months, September we should have had 3 1/4 and 3/4 inches of rain. We had less than an inch of rain, just over a half of an inch in September, a couple of inches in October. It wasn't terrible. And then we were below average in November and just hardly anything at all in the month of December. So drought is the issue. Every time the winds pick up, fire danger becomes an issue. We are looking for rain. Now, do we have drought busting rain in the forecast? Absolutely not. But we do have some rain opportunities starting to show up. I'll show you that in a second. Right now, temperatures are in the teens. I think we'll fall close to 17 by the time we get to 7 a.m., 39 by 11, 53 degrees for an afternoon high. That's a pretty big warm up. The sun goes to work today. There's a big time storm to the north. Once again, another clipper coming through, bringing snow over the same track where they've had snow how many times so far this winter. That's where the storm track has been, but that pattern is about to break down and change. So currently we're at 19 degrees. This is your Lucky Star Sky Cam Network. Downtown Oklahoma City, skies are clear. Sun comes up at 7:39 and winds are light. We have fallen to 15 in El Reno. Chickasha, you're at 12. This is not factoring in the wind. This is the air temperature. 14 in Bristow, 18 in Seminole, 16 in Enid, a very cold 15 degrees in Mangum. Not many areas reporting a wind chill because winds are calm, but anytime you get a breath of wind and you're this cold, it feels like the single digits. But then we warm up into the 50s this afternoon, feeling a lot warmer than yesterday, upper 50s into western Oklahoma with that southwest breeze. And I mentioned the pattern is changing. Watch what happens here. We're watching 2 separate storm systems. We have a ridge that builds. It continues to strengthen over the next couple of days. We warm up. Weak front moves in on Friday. It's dry. Saturday's a little cooler. Sunday is warm and windy. Then we're pretty tranquil as we head into the beginning of next week. But here is Tuesday into next week, January 6th. We're watching the first storm develop. This time it is taking more of a southerly track, which is good. Coming back through the plains will bring a chance for rain and storms, mainly to southeast Oklahoma. Some data brings some showers to Oklahoma City. The next storm taking a similar path. Now the jet stream is further south. This could be thunderstorms around the 10th of January. We are watching that closely for our next best chance for rain. It's not locked in, but that's where we're headed. Lows tonight will be in the 20s. We're dry tonight. Your Wednesday morning, quiet, back up to 60 degrees for the final day of 2025, above normal. And then as we head into the late evening hours tomorrow, ringing in the new year from the 40s to the upper 30s around midnight, with temperatures warming back up on New Year's Day into the 50s and the 60s. So we will start 2026 with above average afternoon highs, and temperatures stay on the warmer side on your 9-day forecast. Really the coldest day will be Saturday with that weak front making its way in, and we're dry possibly until next Wednesday. Back to you guys.
Lacey, thank you. Time now is 6:17. Here's a look at some headlines we're following across the nation. Louisiana has asked the National Guard for help patrolling New Orleans. President Trump ordered the deployment of federal troops to the city for heightened security during New Year's Eve celebrations, the Sugar Bowl, and Mardi Gras. The deployment starts today.
Much of the Midwest is recovering from the effects of a bomb cyclone that barreled across the region yesterday. The storm created wind gusts of up to 60 miles an hour, sparking dangerous travel conditions, and then wind chills in parts of Minnesota and North Dakota dropped below zero.
Another big headline, boxer Anthony Joshua, who recently made headlines for beating Jake Paul in a fight that was streamed on Netflix, was injured in a car crash that killed 2 people. Video shows Joshua being pulled out of the car. The crash is under investigation.
6:18, your time right now. Let's get a check of traffic with meteorologist Megan Gold. Good morning, Megan.
Good morning, Colby. Roadways are really quiet this morning. I don't know if people are staying indoors because it is so cold, or maybe taking that extended holiday, as I've mentioned. And Lacey's been talking about the fact that this is one of our coldest mornings of the season. So bundle up if you are headed out the door. This is the Dallas Junction from our downtown camera where I-35 and I-40 interchange there. Coming into Oklahoma City, pretty quiet, as I mentioned. Here's the Broadway extension. If you are headed into downtown from the north side, things look good there. Starting to see a little bit of congestion in the usual spots there at I-35 and North 27th, and then out by Tinker, things are good to go on I-40, looking off to the east there. So metro-wide, if you're headed into Oklahoma City from any direction now, actually take that back. Looks like we do have a crash now on I-240 just east of I-35, and I'll check that out and have more info for you here in just a moment. But drive times in Oklahoma City are still good to go. I'll have more on that crash here in a few minutes, guys.
Coming up, the Oklahoma City Thunder beat the Hawks last night with ease. After the break, who was seen taking the time to sign autographs before the big game? We'll tell you in a few minutes.
Norman native Trae Young was in Oklahoma City yesterday as the Atlanta Hawks were playing the Thunder. Now, Young didn't play due to a quad injury, but he was seen signing some autographs. Meanwhile, this game was a game of 2 back-to-back games for Oklahoma City. Yeah, that's right. The Thunder came out on top 140-129. OKC handed Atlanta their 7th loss in a row. Now, the key to the game, a monster third quarter where OKC scored 43 points. Wow. We spoke to head coach Mark Daignault after the game.
Great stuff out of halftime. Great job resetting. You got to have the mental toughness to go up 10, down 10, have them hit some tough shots, obviously, which they did, and just kind of stay true to your possession game. And I thought in the second half, for sure, we did that.
So up next, the Thunder will welcome the Portland Trail Blazers. That'll be on New Year's Eve in the Paycom Center. Tip-off at 7 p.m. You know what I was thinking this morning? The Thunder, they all have cool nicknames, right? There's SGA, there's iHeart, J-Dub, J-Will. Why don't we have nicknames for each other like that? Why can't we use similar? You can give me one?
I thought you were Stone Cold.
Oh, okay.
You are Stone Cold.
I'll work with that.
Yeah, Stone Cold. I can be AC, like Alex Caruso, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
AC.
Or Crawdaddy. Crawdaddy.
I think we can workshop
have a
some
good
more.
connotation.
Let's workshop that.
Megan,
I like your thinking. Maybe we can do a little bit better, though.
Addie, you're so positive. Colby, that's a really great
that was
idea.
really close. That was
I
good
like your
try.
creativity, but let's workshop. Okay.
We'll think through it. If you got some ideas, send them to us.
It kind of has to come organically, too.
Yes.
Kind of
okay.
has to be, yeah. there has to
Addie's
be-
already a nickname, though, right?
It is.
Okay.
It
all
is.
Right. Well, and Swope, you go by Swope. Do you have any
Yes,
other
people at
nicknames?
home don't know that, but no, virtually no one here, I think, calls me Lacey.
Yeah.
Because there are 2 of us. So, yeah.
All
That's
right.
kind of how it works out.
Hope is good.
We'll send some ideas out there. We'll see what comes back. All right, Lacey, how are we looking outdoors
Email
this
us.
morning?
We'll take a look. Hey, skies are clear. It's cold this morning, and if you're heading into the Deer Woods, the blind this morning, layer up, bundle up. If you've got that cool little heater that you bring with you, this is a warning. You want to do that. It is the second coldest morning of the season, and we are still dropping. I love this picture. Keith sent this into us, guys. He's got the feeder there, and the does are coming on in, but look at the yearling posing on her mama. Is that not crazy? If you ever go out and you just sit and watch the deer, the little fawns, they torture their mama just as you would expect. It's so funny to watch them come up and the things that they do. I just thought that was such a sweet picture, and the fact that a trail cam captured that is just pretty stunning. So we love your pictures. Keep them coming for sure. We show them every single morning. The holiday antlerless days are winding down. You have today and tomorrow. After that, you have the season ends. So if you're heading into the Deer Woods today, very cold. We have sunshine. It's a south breeze. Temperatures will be in the 50s this afternoon. We do start to warm it back up. And as far as the winds go, a little bit more gusty in the west, but I mean, compared to the wind we had over the last several days, not a factor. 10 to 20 mile an hour breeze out of the south this evening and into tonight. Maybe a little bit gusty at times, and then into tomorrow, more of a south to southwest breeze as well. Not out of control. We do have a warming trend on the way. We'll talk about New Year's Eve, and any rain chances, they're starting to creep back in. It's a good pattern. I like it. We'll talk about it in just a minute.
Still ahead, the widow of a sheriff's deputy fighting to keep the man who killed her husband behind bars. After the break, what she's asking from the public. We'll be back in a few minutes.
You're watching Oklahoma's own News 9 this morning.
It is 6:30 on your Tuesday morning, taking a live look at downtown OKC on the Lucky Star Skycam network. Things all quiet out there right now as folks hopefully gearing up for the New Year holiday. In a couple days, there'll be a lot of folks downtown OKC and party at the park at Scissortail Park for New Year's Eve. So we're getting there. It's close. Glad you're with us this morning. I'm Colby Thelen with Addie Crawford.
Yeah, you know, Devon Tower, it's blue now. It
Yes.
was red, but now it matches the weather outside.
Exactly. It's going back and forth. It's very cold. Let's talk to Lacey Swope as we get this cold Tuesday started. Lacey?
Hey, good morning. Right now it is cold as you head out this morning. We're talking temperatures in the single digits when you factor in the wind in the Oklahoma City metro, our second coldest morning of the season so far. So there are single digits and teens all through the plains. Skies are clear, and it is definitely a much calmer morning. It was so windy yesterday, and especially in the morning, that is not the case. Winds are light, and we've got some pretty great days headed our way as far as the winds go this morning. Take a look at the temperature, down to 16 in Yukon, 15 in El Reno, a very cold 21 in Newcastle, 25 right now at Tinker, just due to all the concrete, the pavement there. Temperatures across the state, most locations down into the middle teens, some areas in the 20s. Winds are very light, so the wind chill not a major factor. You definitely want to layer up, bundle up this morning. Skies are clear across the region, and we're going to continue to see this warming trend over the next several days. Today, we're a little warmer than yesterday. We are back into the 50s, and then tonight will be cold. We still have cold mornings on the way, cool afternoons, warming up as we head towards the new year, and then the patterns becoming more active. What does that mean for rain chances? I'll have your full 9-day forecast coming up. Colby.
Lacey, thank you. A retired Midwest City firefighter who passed away last week is being remembered for his nearly 30 years of dedicated service to the community. The department says Billy Mays served Midwest City from July 1979 until September of 2007. We're told he also served as a deputy with the Oklahoma County Sheriff's Office. A service to honor his life is set for this morning at 10 a.m. at Frederick and Pope Funeral Home in Midwest City.
Oklahoma City police say they're still looking for an armed suspect who they say robbed a pawn shop last week. This happened Friday afternoon near Northwest 23rd in Penn. Investigators say a man wearing a ski mask broke glass counters and stole a large amount of jewelry.
I don't know if they had a vehicle there. I know that the suspect exited on foot, obviously, but I don't know if they got into a vehicle from there and fled. Police searched the area, but were unable to find anybody at this point.
Anyone with information about this case is asked to call Crime Stoppers. That number's on your screen at 405-235-7300. Staying in Northwest Oklahoma City, police are looking to identify several suspects accused of stealing more than $3,000 worth of merchandise from a sporting goods store. There's the video right there. This happened late last month near Memorial in May. Again, if you have any information, officers ask you contact Crime Stoppers. The widow of a Pawnee County sheriff killed in the line of duty is asking for the public's help after she's learned the man convicted of killing her husband could be released on parole.
Yeah, back in 2006, James Taylor was convicted of killing Sheriff Dwight Woodrell and sentenced to life in prison. News 9's Caitlin Deggs shares the frustration of Woodrell's widow.
Karen Woodrell Gardner says she didn't think this day would come so soon, and she's asking for people to write letters in support of Taylor staying in prison because she believes he is still dangerous.
Pawnee County Sheriff Dwight Woodrell was shot and killed in October of 2001 while looking into suspicious activity at an oil business in Cleveland. James Taylor and Justin Walker were both convicted of second-degree murder. Taylor was sentenced to life in prison. While in prison, he was also sentenced to 20 years in federal prison for his involvement in a drug trafficking ring tied to a prison gang.
It doesn't ever go away for us. It's just a daily, constant reminder that he's not here to have life with us.
Gardner is Woodrell's widow. He left behind 4 young children who now are grown and work in law enforcement. She and her family miss Dwight every day.
He was a good person. He was funny. He loved being a dad. He loved law enforcement. He loved being sheriff. Really cared about our community and cared about his family.
She got a letter telling her about the upcoming parole hearing.
I just want to cry. I mean, it's so overwhelming, like, just to even think that we're at this point.
The letter says victims can't speak in the first stage of the parole process, but they can write letters, and that's what they plan to do.
The one thing that we can do to make sure that someone dangerous criminal isn't let back out on the streets any sooner than what they should be.
She hopes the board will take these letters into consideration.
I just pray that they just do not grant him parole. He has not shown that he has bettered himself. He has not reformed.
All of the letters written in support of keeping James Taylor behind bars have to be received by the board no later than January 6th and can be sent by email or mail. Caitlin Daggs, Oklahoma's Own, News 9.
And the Pardon and Parole Board will meet from January 12th to January 14th. If Taylor passes to stage 2, then victims' family members can choose to speak at that hearing. Let's turn now to the traffic center with Megan Gold. She is watching the road. Megan, try to save me from sentences that are not coming out of my mouth this morning.
It happens. That was me yesterday morning. We'll call it the traffic center here. Hey, I do have several things I want to draw your attention to. We have a crash that we are sending our crews to down I-44 in the northbound lanes at Southwest 74th. This is the ODOT camera from South 96 looking off to the north. So now several miles, starting to see the backup kind of building. That's out by Will Rogers and OCCC, just to kind of help you get your bearings about you again in the northbound lanes. I-44 at Southwest 74th. Again, we're getting a crew there as soon as we can. Now out by Tinker, starting to see some issues. This is from one of the ODOT cameras there, and then our SSM Health camera from our Lucky Star Skycam network. So there's something more than likely, I think, going on at one of the gates, maybe at Tinker, that's causing that backup, but the backup is now in the eastbound lanes of I-40, and the backup is really bad at Douglas. So heads up if you're going to Tinker this morning, something going on there. Just add a few extra minutes to your time as you hit the doors. Guys, over to you.
Megan, thank you. The state of Oklahoma has officially secured more than $200 million to improve health care access for rural communities. The money will be used for the first year of a 5-year-long grant from the Rural Health Transformation Program. It's part of a $50 billion federal investment that was approved through the One Big Beautiful Bill Act. Governor Kevin Stitt says the money will help strengthen small-town clinics and provide better access to hospitals. Oklahoma City-based Love's is turning its first store in Watonga into a museum. To make way for this, the company says that store is now closed. The museum will highlight the company's journey from a single location in 1964 to a national travel stop network. Construction is expected to start in January with an anticipated opening in late 2026.
The holiday shopping season may be winding down, but for retailers, another major rush is just beginning. We're talking about returns. The National Retail Federation estimates about 17% of holiday purchases will be sent back. The good news, though, many retailers like Amazon, Walmart, and Kohl's have extended their return dates through the end of January, and many department stores, though, are adding fees to ship a return, which you can avoid by taking those items simply back to the store. Old brick and mortar.
Old brick and mortar, you gotta do it the old-fashioned way.
Old-fashioned way, that's how we used to get it done back in the 90s. Anyway, yeah, a lot of folks getting those gifts, maybe sending them back, but this time of year, people are busy no matter what.
Yeah, you gotta save those receipts.
Yeah.
It's definitely the time of year.
Gonna be busy tomorrow night for sure. Let's turn to the Bob Mills Weather Center. Lacey Swope standing by. A lot of folks getting out for the New Year celebration, certainly Scissortail Park. Lacey, how's it looking?
Party in the park is gonna be amazing. It's also the time of year that all the stores have the big sales. That end of the year sale is always a very
Christmas
exciting
lights?
time for shoppers. Yeah.
You just reminded me, this is the time to get Christmas lights.
This is the time. The Christmas trees, any of the ornaments, the decorations, the stockings. Yeah.
They're all on sale.
Do it now. Do it now. All right, here in the Bob Mills Weather Center, it's all about the cold start to the day. Teens for temperatures. Winds are light, so big change there compared to yesterday. We're going to see full sun today. We'll warm back up above freezing by 10 a.m. We'll talk about that warming trend for today. Warmer as we bring in the new year and looking for rain. Your 9-day forecast is coming up.
A former death row inmate is granted a new court date after multiple judges recused themselves from his case. After the break, why his attorney thinks he could be freed in the next few months.
Okay, so we're talking about how dry it's been. And earlier this month, you had said that we are on record for the 9th driest December.
We are.
And I said,
yeah,
is it possible that we could climb? And Lacey was like, oh, sweetheart, you can't get drier
yeah, what you've
than
already
we are
had.
at this point.
Yeah.
We can only go the opposite way. And then
We're used to Lacey Swope having to kind of explain things for us,
you were
talk
very
us
polite about
Well,
it.
when it comes to temperature, it changes.
Yeah.
It's all variable. But yeah, we were right there at the 9th place, and that's where we're going to end. That is where we're going to end 2025, December of 2025.
Because it doesn't
Very
look like
dry.
we're going to get any more till the end of the year, right?
Yeah, not until we go through really the end of the 9-day forecast, which takes us into
Goodness.
the new year. We are almost done with 2025. Isn't
Wow.
that crazy?
It's crazy, yeah.
in the books.
In the books. And this morning, we're not breaking records, okay, but we are definitely seeing very cold conditions. And compared to the heat wave that we had, it is miserable for a lot of folks. I asked the question yesterday on social media and just said, hey, Oklahoma, what do you think about all that heat last week now? And everyone's like, hey, I miss it. I would say the vast majority of people are like, hey, I miss it. They're always the true lovers, though, of winter weather. And hey, it's your day. Today is it. 16 degrees is the coldest morning we have seen so far this season, and that was back on the 14th of December. This morning, we've dipped down to 19. We may dip a degree or two for our actual official low. It is definitely a cold start. Now, across the nation, look at what's going on. Another storm coming in, taking that same track of the jet stream, which is up along the U.S.-Canada border, where they are just getting pounded with round after round of snow, very common for La Nina. When you look down along the Gulf Coast states, that is all cold advisories going on for the deep south. For this portion of the country, yeah, this is not normal. This is colder than average. So there are cold advisories for the Florida Panhandle back to Mobile. Those cold advisories go all the way down south of Tampa, and I was just reading some of the verbiage for this advisory. It's kind of a new advisory, but it says hypothermia is possible for exposed skin. And for folks in this area, they are in the 30s. Florida people can't handle that. That is not normal. 34 in Tallahassee, 34 in Panama City, 37 at Fort White. Jacksonville is at 40, and actually it is cold enough that the iguanas that are all across Florida can fall out of the trees. They always put out iguana falling warnings when it gets that cold in Florida. They're fine. It's just they're cold-blooded. So they can't move very fast whenever it gets that cold. They'll be all right. They'll thaw out later today. We've got 19 degrees in Oklahoma City, 18 going on in Omaha. It is cold and it's not frosty because the air is so very dry. The dew point is 13 degrees and we haven't got down to that point. So we are not saturated. It's just a cold, dry morning, clear skies, light winds. 15 in Stillwater, 14 in Bristow. That means your pet's water, things like that, are frozen solid this morning. Keep that in mind. 30 in Woodward, 15 in Hobart. Now the wind chill, single digits. In many areas, not even reporting a wind chill because that anemometer is not spinning. Winds are not strong enough for it. They're very light, 5 to 10 miles per hour on the high end. And your forecast for your Tuesday, 34 at 10, 45 by noon. We'll see a high today of 53 degrees with sunny skies, 54 in Stillwater, 56 in Clinton, and up to 58 in Altus. So now we're actually close to average. Average is 48 degrees. That's kind of where our normal would be if we ever did normal in Oklahoma. Today we are above normal, and we're going to get warmer for our afternoons. Our mornings get a little warmer, not dealing with the extreme heat that we had last week. We get a weak cold front Friday. We're a little cooler on Saturday. Sunday's warm and windy, and the ridge continues, but the pattern tries to break down. So we're watching this closely. This is what we need. We need the jet stream to come on back to the south, and it tries to do that as we head in towards the middle portion of next week. A weak storm system comes by on Wednesday. That could bring slight rain opportunities. The higher opportunity for rain will be with this next trough that develops as we head into the 10th or 11th of January. Now, if that thing sets up, we will be talking thunderstorms, maybe even a severe threat with that setup. Now, I'll tell you, some data says it's a glancing blow for Oklahoma, and the bulk of the rain fires well to our east. We'll watch it, but again, at least we're getting the rain and the storms back down into the plains, which is where we need it desperately. The drought rages on. More on that storm as it gets closer to us. Tonight, far enough away, of course, that we just have clear skies, calm conditions back into the 20s. Tomorrow, 50s and 60s. For New Year's Eve, it's going to be mild, and even into the late evening hours. If you are outdoors celebrating, maybe you're going to be at the party in the park. party in the park. All right, yes, Scissortail Park, 39 degrees at midnight. Definitely chilly, but good to bring in the new year. 50s to low 60s down in southern Oklahoma on Thursday for New Year's Day. And it is dry into the weekend, although it's kind of a weekend divided. Saturday's a little on the chilly side, 65 Sunday, and there's that slight chance of rain creeping in midweek next week. Back to you guys.
It's 6:47. The morning drive is underway on this Tuesday morning. And Megan, it sounds like there's a couple snags.
Yeah, we went from everything being very calm and quiet to several things going on across the metro right now. I first want to take you to our Lex Stanfield. He is in the northbound lanes of I-44 where we have a multi-car crash. This is over by OCCC and out by the airport, Southwest 74th Street. We've also got our Stephen Owsley. He is at Southwest 19th and Eagle Drive. That is down in the Moore area where there's a crash as well. That's not on a major thoroughfare or highway, but just a heads up if you do live in the Moore area. So I'll take you to Links 1 and show you where these are on the map. We've also got something going on out by Tinker right now. So there's that crash from our OCCC camera. No lanes blocked. You can get by, but there is quite a significant backup from our ODOT camera there at I-44 and South 96 looking off to the north. Again, this is out by the airport and OCCC, and the backup several miles long now. So just if you are headed to the airport or you're traveling northbound I-44 from the south side, few extra minutes. Now I want to take you out by Tinker, and this is I-40 coming on to or exiting onto Douglas right now. Speeds down to about 10 miles per hour. The backup several miles long there on Douglas. So just a heads up, the backup also impacting I-40. Something going on there out by Tinker. Guys, over to you.
This morning, we're hearing from the family of an Oklahoma grandmother who was hit and killed by a stray bullet from a neighbor's new gun on Christmas Day. Stevens County deputies say Sandra Phelps and her grandchildren were sitting on her front porch when a bullet from Cody Adams' gun hit her. Deputies say Adams was doing target practice in the backyard with a gun that he had just gotten for Christmas. Phelps' family says she was loved by everyone who knew her.
We just want her to be remembered, you know, for who she was. She was a wonderful, loving person, and she will always be with us.
Adams has been charged with first-degree manslaughter. He was released on a $100,000 bond. He's due back in court in February.
After decades on death row, attorneys for Richard Glossip say they're confident that he'll be free in February. News 9's Brianna Brown has the latest this morning on the new judge and the new court date for the high-profile case.
The decades-old case against Richard Glossip is moving forward in Oklahoma County Judge Natalie Mai's courtroom after half a dozen judges either stepped away from the case or recused themselves. Glossip was convicted in the 1997 murder of Barry Van Treese. His conviction was overturned by the Supreme Court this year. Glossip was transferred from death row to the Oklahoma County Jail in April, where he remains behind bars. 2 days before Christmas, Glossip's attorney filed a new motion to set bond.
We don't think there will be a trial date. We think this motion that we have filed will be granted and Mr. Glossip will be freed in February.
In addition to the bond request, Glossip's attorneys also filed a motion for a release dismissal agreement that will also be discussed in the February hearings. In Oklahoma City, Brianna Brown, Oklahoma's Own, News 9.
And Glossip's attorneys say that he plans to subpoena the Attorney General to testify. Meanwhile, the state says they plan to file a motion to dismiss that subpoena. Much more ahead. Back after this.
Coming up on the Coca-Cola Porch, my favorite segment of the day. There are only a few days left to experience Scissortail Park's holiday pop-up bar, Tinsel and Tonic, with some pretty good views there. Ahead at 9 o'clock, what you can expect if you head there. Only a few days left, so better go while you can.
Feeling frustrated? Well, this is one way to get that frustration out. How about that?
What is that?
This is a small town in Spain. They recently celebrated their annual Flower Fight Festival. Citizens go around town attacking people with flour and eggs, turning the streets into a white, sticky battlefield.
They're hugging it out.
This festival actually dates back more than 200 years, making it one of the oldest winter festivals in Spain. So there's some more to this. Basically, one person in the town, like it's like a coup, a mock coup.
Okay.
And these guys in the soldiers' uniforms, they take over the town and enforce all these rules. And then if you break their rules, you pay your money to charity.
How do you get to be one of those guys?
That's what I'm wondering. That would be the fun part. But it looks like they're taking it a little rough. I mean, a little bit.
Yeah.
Can you imagine your sinuses?
Quasi-violent.
Can you imagine your sinuses
Look
after
at 'em.
this?
Who pays for all the flour and the eggs?
That's a great question.
Pretty expensive.
Yeah. Especially, man, egg and
They do
flour
some
prices
wild
these
things in
days.
Spain.
Bring your own flour.
It's like you can either run with the bulls or fight with flour and eggs.
There you go.
Take your pick.
There you go. Hey,
Oh boy.
let's go ahead and take Lexi and Phil's shot. He's out by the airport. There's a crash, I-44 in the northbound lanes at Southwest 74th, and I'll show you where this is on the map. We can take Leaks 1 control room, causing quite a backup, again, in the northbound lane. So the southbound lane's just fine. That's from the ODOT camera there. We've also got quite a sticky situation out by Tinker. That you're looking there at I-40 in Douglas. So if you're headed to Tinker and you exit onto Douglas, I would give yourself extra time.
All right, moving out the door this morning, boy, it's really cold. We're going to talk about that in a second. First, we actually want to go to this. This is a breaking news thing that we're just pulling up on. Our Stephen Owsley is out there live. These are reports right now we're hearing of a foot pursuit down in Norman, right near Tecumseh. I-35, the southbound side. So we're working to confirm information. Stephen is there. He's going to bring that to us. We'll, of course, bring it to you here and on the News 9 app, but a lot of law enforcement presence there on the scene.